All right, I think after some much needed technical difficulty on this night one, I believe we are actually live. As I apologize for that, I'm not sure what happened. It was showing that we were live and then it just stopped. And I want to say we are sitting live. As we are on lap 18 of 100, so we're going to have about 7 laps to go until we hit that first stage. Remember, stage will stay green. %50 fuel, so these guys are going to have to pit, and they're going to have to pit off Austin. Looks like Robert Duvendak, he's trying to get a surge with new teammate Joe Wright, trying to get on that outside. And he is going to move into the lead. As I believe the session is now officially live. And we'll see if we get any viewers popping in. I know it definitely popped into the wrong area. So we'll get that link out there to these drivers because I know they're going to want to join. As ASR Tour kicks off week 1 at lap 20. Blaze Richardson getting pushed by teammate Robert Duvendak. Joe Wright following suit. Chris Akers doing non-Chris Akers things, and he has changed his car number. Used to seeing him out here riding in a 4, and here they come. Everybody heading to the pits. Oh, Blaze Richardson making a hot entrance as he's going to throw that car sideways. That's going to make up a lot of ground loss there. It does look like Duvendak, he's also going to miss his pit stall. Kind of forgot where he parked, I guess. Everybody coming in. Who's coming out? There we go. Carl Lingle opted to stay out. Little update, we have gone 21 laps and no treaded yellow. Here comes the second group led by Adam St. John, our Aussie from down under. He's going to be escorted by Tommy Cook, Hunter Leach. We're going to have some action as the 169 of St. John comes in a little hot. Gets a little sideways and enters the grass, but he's going to recover. Try to get out of the pits. Cook's in his pit stall. Williamson able to make it in his pit stall. They're going to maintain the lead for now. Blaze Richardson. He's trying to come around. It looks like he is going to have a penalty. He's going to have to come back in and serve that. That's going to put Chris Akers. He's going to be looking to make up ground as these guys are getting off pit road. He's getting pushed by the 82 of Joe Wright. The field separating a little bit. Hey, Mr. Hobbit. That is a wild Joe Wright in all form. I'm glad you guys found the stream. I apologize. We had some crazy stream key issue. I don't know what it did. You didn't miss too much action, though. You did get to see our first pit stops. And Chris Akers and Joe Wright getting back to the front. As Blaze Richardson did have to come back in and serve a penalty. Akers with a slew of teammates. He's got Poston. He's got Holloway. He's in pretty good position right now. Rocking that new number. That is going to throw me off for quite some time. And there they ride, trying to ride single file, try to get as much gap. They do have Carl Lingle, though. He's starting that outside line. He's going to be the first car on the outside line. Getting a push by Tyler Hurt in that 16 Chevrolet. Chris Akers going to have another teammate up there with him, though, is Daniel Holloway. Robert Duvendak, you saw him miss his pit stall? Well, he's in the back of pack number 2. He's now currently sitting 15th. That pack led by John Bell, sitting in his new number, the 8. A lot of new numbers out here. And we'll see. It looks like Akers going to come to the line. He's got one more lap to get those great stage points. Is Lingle going to play a little spoiler and try to take it from him? It's going to be tough with Joe Wright sitting there with his nose behind. And I'll tell you what, if we get a caution, what I'm going to do is try to get the volume up on this and get these motors a-cranking. Trying some new camera angles out tonight before we head to Daytona in the SCSRA Next Gen on Wednesday night here at SCSRA Broadcasting. So these new camera angles, I want to get these engines a little louder because right now it's quiet. I know those Next Gens are loud, but man, these Xfinities, they're not this quiet. Oh, little lap traffic to 43. They're going to get around them. The 43 going to be Jacob Greenlee as he's going to go a lap down. Well, getting a little snaky up here in the front. Who's going to take it here? And I believe it was going to be Chris Akers who crossed that line first. Carl Lingle, though, welcome back. You're going to get second for stage 1. Already 26 laps in to the ASR Premier. Akers still going to be riding on that low side. Todd Poston, a little bit of apron trouble there. He's going to back up from Joe Wright. Holloway, though, he's going to come down and fill that gap. That's going to put Akers with teammates behind him. Joe Wright, the only spoiler, but doing a great job keeping Akers up there. He's got 343. It's Russell Hancock. That's going to be Candy Shack's newest teammate, I believe. I think they're going to add him to the roster as he joined today. A lot of familiar faces out there, some new ones. I'm telling you, this is going to be some exciting racing. And right now they are 27 laps in and keeping it clean. We did get a little separation. Believe we lost a couple cars, but most of them on the lead lap still. Couple different packs. You can see single file all the way back. With 50% fuel, these guys are going to have to pit often. You can see Holloway. Is he going to try to drop in front of his teammate? Akers right now burning a lot of gas being the leader. He'd like to take a little bit of relief off that and have a teammate in front of him. Maybe become a pusher. Duvendak moving to the outside. He's trying to get a run. He fell after that horrendous pit all the way back to 15th. You don't see old Duve miss his pit box too many times. So we got to witness that already in just race 1. We will have our top 3 up for interviews. If we get a caution, we will pull Chris Akers up here as he was our stage winner. But with that, stage 2 is approaching 21 laps to go in stage 2. Remember, they will stay green. The one thing they did not want to see was drawn out cautions. that we're going to slow down the Superspeedway action, and right now, this brand new league really putting it together. They have not raced a bunch together. Some of the drivers have, some haven't. And right now, doing a great job keeping it all together as they go side by side. Todd Poston getting pushed by Daniel Holloway. 343, he's up front getting pushed by Akers. You've got the 8 of John Bell. John Bell, of those 5 cars, going to be the outman as he is going to be high octane racing, surrounded by Candy Shack. Bell going to opt to stay below Holloway. Didn't want to come up in front of Spencer Teal. I believe Teal is, let me check. I want to say Teal is his teammate. In fact, I'm almost positive. Yep, Spencer Teal is John Bell's teammate, so John Bell does have a little bit of room if he needs to make it. Man, I'll tell you what, we need a little pizza break, man, and let me tell you, we do got Blaze in here, and, you know, he went for the pizza early. He went for it fast, he went for it early. We started off, you can't start a season without some hiccups. There's some races that I've learned being part of SCSRA Productions is all-star races, you're going to have hiccups. And the first race of the season, you are going to have hiccups. If you watch Wednesday night, man, that was chaos as everything was trying to fall apart on me. We were able to keep it together. As these guys, 32 laps in on a 10-lap stint. So they are cooking. Definitely going to have some pit strategies here. But right now, I think if you're John Bell, you've got to opt to go with these guys out in front. I believe Octane will go with them. I think Shooter will go with them. You've got to try to keep it together because if these 4 get hooked up by themselves and they have clean pits, they could run away with this thing fast and early. Right now, keeping it clean. Man, I'll tell you what, we always make it through. I will say, since everybody missed my introduction, we got to give a shout out over to Mr. Hartney and Mr. Butchino over there. They pulled it all together today. We got in a meeting, and here we are, brand new league added to this broadcasting network. So SCSRA, they are growing fast. They're expanding, and here for networking, man. So give those guys a shout out and tune in. I'm telling you, Wednesday night, you know, we're going to have the same size field, and I think the racing is going to be just as good, if not better. We saw the duels, and those guys were, they were absolutely incredible. Man, I'm watching that 82, and you know at any time he can push whoever he wants around this track, and right now, you see the 343, he's going to shuffle his way up to the lead. These teammates, not dumb. They're trying to stretch this fuel as long as it will go. As Akers now going to be pushing Mr. Russell Hancock. Where'd Duvendat go? He's up to 15th, and you see him. He's trying to get a run on the outside, but right now, no help. We got one going with them. We know Superspeedway racing, you are not going to be able to do it alone. He would love to get up there with his teammate, Joe Wright, so they can make something happen. And you can see he's trying to get a little bit of help. I don't see too many teammates in sight. Well, Weber, welcome to the track, baby. He was having some difficulties, but glad to see he's making it out for the first race. There comes another shooter. Weber's going to enter the pack. Try to catch on the tail end so that they don't continue to run away. But right now, he is sitting 31st and way back there. Oh, you already know it. Akers still pushing Hancock. These guys opting to go single file. Hey, that is a broadcaster's dream right now. You guys keep it single file. We'll get through the next 65 laps together. Doing an incredible job as these guys, first time racing together as a new league. It's coming along. So let's go over a little bit of schedule here as these guys continue to go around. I believe we're going to be seeing a pit here shortly. I would imagine they're on a 15-lap stint. They know they're not making it to stage 2, and they'll stay green on it. But SCSRA, Wednesday night, the Daytona 500. Man, I love starting the season every time with the Daytona. It's you never know who's going to win that race, man. It's such an exciting league to watch, and, man, always a good time. Those next-gen cars are just something else. And then Thursday, tune in as you get all the admins, owners, and possible special guests. They tune in for the SCSRA Live show as they review their Truck Series and next-gen series. All this green racing, we're not getting too many commercial time, and I'm okay with it, as they're going to stay single file, led by Candy Shack Motorsports, just way out in front. And then you got a little bit of mix. You've got High Octane up there. You got Shooter McGavin still up there. You got Royal Greenhorn, they're up there. And then it looks like you got a little shake and bake going up there. But right now, these guys flying through. Man, don't do it. Don't you do it. It is not the calm before the storm, right? Because I'm not saying it, because you know what happens. Once I say it, it's over. There'll be chaos. Somehow this straight line will go to 4 wide, and I do that to you guys enough. I don't want to do it here right now. They're running good. But there's no way we make it all these laps here of Daytona without without seeing some chaos and some wrecking. Weber was definitely having some problems, as he's going to make up some ground. Definitely looks like a couple cars did not make it in. As we continue to ride single file here. Candy Shack leading the way. And we got our first action of our second pits. That's going to break this field up. As you saw, Duvendak trying to make a run on that outside. Looked like he had Tommy Cook with him. He did have Tommy Cook. You got two teams working together. That's going to really close this field up. Candy Shack's got to be low on gas. I can't see him staying out much longer. We'll see if Duvendak stays in that high line. He comes down. It's a pretty good features. You see everybody peeking. Are they going to go? Are they going to go? You'll watch them. They're going to continue to peek. Try to keep eyes on this leader as they come back around. What is Russell Hancock going to do? Hancock, Akers, there they come. The foursome who've been leading since stage 1. They're all here, and they brought some friends with them. That's going to move Duvendak to the lead. And there he is with his teammate. He's got the 82 behind him. Looks like he did catch on to Weber. Weber with a brand new number. He's riding that 92. He was throwing me off. Weber still in last. Had some connection issues. But Duvendak, definitely glad to see him up here. He's got a little bit of help, and he is going to need it. And Shooter coming in. Oh, we're going to have Weber going sideways. He is all sorts of having a rough night as he's going to enter the grass, and that's going to bring out a penalty. Duvendak, can he get in his pit cleanly? He struggled. This time, Duvendak able to get in clean. We'll get out here with Chris Akers. You see Chris already in 5th. He's got Holloway, Poston, and Hancock. They're all in tow, so all teammates did make it up. They're linked up. They've got Spencer Teal. And then they've got the second pack. This pack pit first, so they're going to be on the shortest run. Let's see, Joe Wright right now. Duvendak, they're coming out. They're going to try to get in front. Will they have enough, or are they going to fall behind? They know they got to get out quick, as that pack is coming back around. And here they come. You can see Akers and his team. They're coming behind them. Looks like Duvendak and Wright, the only two to really get in and out of the pits cleanly. They're going to get out in front, but they know they're sitting ducks right now, but hoping they can file back in with these guys. They will have that extra lap of gas. We haven't seen a lot of chaos on the track, but the pits have been a little bit of trouble for some of these drivers tonight. It's something a lot of them have not been used to in Superspeedway, as they've been running longer gas, 75, 80, and now with it only 50%, they're going to have to pit a little bit more and really make some strategy. But with that, it should space out our field and allow for these long green runs. Something they were looking for. Somehow, Wright's got that nose right in the back of Duvendak, and here comes Candy Shack. You knew it was a matter of time before they caught up. There's just too many cars, but Wright did one heck of a job getting Duvendak up to speed and just really not allowing that to happen quick. Todd Poston, you saw him pushing the heck out of Daniel Holloway. Man, I'm excited. We got a lot of Daytona action this week. I can't wait. Anytime you get this much Daytona, it's a good week. I do know Wednesday night, we're going to be throwing it out there, is we got to try to figure out what we're going to name the SCSRA potato. And if you don't know what that means, tune in Wednesday night and come check out the potatoes. He only premieres in the Devs Sports Cards Next Gen League. He's a good time. I know there was a couple good names thrown out. We're gonna make it official, put it in chat, and see what the fans think. Mr. Steve Hobbit, man, he tuned in. He's just waking up over there in the land down under. Definitely a little different. Glad to see that we have a couple Aussies checking in. It's already tomorrow where they're at. These guys able to stay with this pack. You see the 92. Will Weber. You saw his pit entrance. Wasn't the best time. He is back out and almost caught a little bit of a wall action there. 77. Chris Mazowski almost caught that wall. Got a little loose with Weber pushing. Looks like they're going to be able to fall into the back of this pack, though. Right now, Candy Shack and Shooter, they're going to be your top four. Number 5, Carl Lingle. The Squirrels have made their appearance. Always a good time when the Squirrels make their appearance. I said I would try to get this cranked up, but I don't know if we're going to have that opportunity right now because we got racing, baby. And they're keeping it going. Coming up on some more lap traffic. As clean as these guys are driving, the bad thing about the lap traffic is as many cars go down, they're going to have a hard time trying to catch back up. It's going to be tough for them. Not a lot of lucky dogs are going to happen. The Pizza Man. Currently sitting back here in 22nd. He's having a good time. Struggling a little bit. Came over. He started with high octane and kind of traded up to Shooter McGavin, man. And Shooter kind of opened him with open arms. They were a full team. Had some openings and really had their eye on Blaze Richardson. We've seen him race. We've seen him in the next gens, man. He is not afraid to go out there and compete with the best. So, had a couple computer issues at the end of last season. We're glad to see Blaze back. Holloway and Poston. Still out here, though. Little 2x2. You see the 343. He's pushing Akers. That's his teammate. Oh, coming down a little bit behind that 343. You got to watch that inside corner. You get inside on him and he comes down. We will have our first caution. And it will be a big one. You see Hancock just trying to breathe it coming out of the corner. There's more lap traffic coming up. As they come around, here comes lap 50. And this will be, as they come around, the end of stage 2. Harney, I think I'm going to go with Duvendak, man. I mean, I kind of have to. I mean, helping me broadcast Wednesday nights, you know, Shooter McGavin teammate, he is definitely outmanned up there. He's got Joe Wright with him. So Joe Wright kind of stuck right now on the bottom, but I think Chris Akers would help push him too. These teams work really well together. As they came to the line, it's going to be very close. It was going to be between Holloway and Duvendak to take stage 2. That's going to have to go back to review. So race control, break it out. It is definitely going to be a tough one. We're going to have to put that one in slow-mo. Shin to figure it out. You see Holloway, Duvendak, they're going back and forth. Each of them just passing. Remember, Duvendak, he's only on a 10-lap stint. Candy Shack had to go a lap early. Duvendak does have that extra lap of gas. At the end of this race, it may play a part unless he decides to go with Candy Shack and pit with them next time around. We'll see. Will Weber out here still having a good time. That's good news for Duvendak and Wright, as they're going to have a little teammate help waiting down multiple laps, but still in it to win it. Pfft, you already know. Never doubt a Wright brother. You know what? I agree. Get a little camera shake there as they come barreling around. Coming around that backstretch, we're going to run into a little bit more lap traffic. We're going to make sure we get those pit stop notifications on. They're coming up again. Not a lot of room for this lap traffic. I thought maybe they go high. You know, they're going to stay low, and it's going to choke up the field a little bit. Akers going to be able to push Duvendak. That's going to put some gaps between him and Holloway. Holloway kind of got sucked in back there, had to jump to the high side. With the field spread out, it's making it interesting for these guys. You see Dalton Gibson on that inside. He's going to be leading that second pack. Going down a lap. Duvendak and Akers going to clear. They're going to get past of them. Gibson looking a little shaky behind Akers. They're going to have to be careful down there. As you see, Holloway is coming on the outside with Russell Hancock. That outside line still has lap traffic in front of it. And nowhere for the lap traffic to go. They're just going to have to ride this out. It's a good view of them coming down the stretch. Duvendak still your leader. Akers, P2. Holloway, Hancock. And then Todd Poston is going to round out your top 5. Mr. Wright sitting 6. Carl Lingle having a really good night. He's sitting 7th. Jeremy Osborne, there's the Squirrels. Dalton Gibson, that's going to be the first member of Shake and Bake. And Chris Miskowski, he joined tonight. And so far, not disappointing as he's going to round out the top 10. We are halfway through Daytona. Osborne, your current fastest lap, by the way. In case you were wondering, there's his time, 45.9. So, fastest lap belongs to the Squirrels for now. Will he be able to maintain it? That's a pretty quick lap. You can see the gap. It starts falling apart, and woo, we got a car down. And that is going to bring out the first caution. Oh, looks like they just went below apron and caught a little bit. Who was that? It looks like as they were passing. We're going to have to change our camera angle here. Let's get a little, well, blimp ain't really going to help us here, is it? So, that's going to bunch up our field. Where is Mr. Duvendak? As he was... Let's see if I can find him, first of all. Oh, I think we're going to have to go a little bit further back. At the 144? It is. So, the 144 sitting there with Hunter Leach. Nope. He went down a little bit. But you know, I think for the most part, he's sitting okay. Yep, I think he's having a good old time. Well, I'll tell you what, we did go under caution. So, we are going to take a second, and we're going to tune in, check out our SCSRA live, which does air Thursday nights. That's our Thursday night show. Tune it in to catch all the action happening around the SCSRA League. You will not be disappointed. You know, let's go find, since he just loves it so much, and he's been up there all night. Chris, guy in the booth, you got a copy? Well, you know what? Let me get you unmuted, man. Chris in the booth, you got a copy. We'll try this again. You're unmuted.
Yes, sir, guy. Buddy.
I'll tell you what, man. Sometimes out here driving with some of these new drivers, man, you guys really doing a fantastic job and holding it down. And Candy Shack having a fantastic night right now. Got them all up there.
Yes, sir. I'll just compliment everybody for running 58 laps with no cautions. It's been pretty awesome. There's quite a few times we should have wrecked there, and everybody holding together and keeping everything clean has been an awesome race so far for our first night out. So, but yeah, CSM staying up here at the front. Let's see if we can keep it up all the way to the end. Doobie stole that last stage, but
he did. You got the first one. He got one, but you know what? Doobie couldn't have done it without your help, man. So I know he appreciates it.
I told him that he owes me one later, but
he sure does.
We'll see how that goes.
That lap traffic, man. It's kind of slowed down your teammates on that inside lane, and you know Holloway had to come back up. But you're about what 40 laps to go, man. First caution of the night. You guys are having an incredible night, man. Good luck down there. Wanted to call you up. You were stage 1 winners. I'll get Duve eventually. Maybe. He didn't help me much. He went to go take care of kids and left me in chaos mode.
Oh,
so,
me.
Man,
maybe we'll catch him at the end of the race in the top 3.
I'll tell you what. I don't know if I'm liking this new 29 out here on that Reese, but I'm looking for a 4, and I'm like, oh, 29. What'd you do?
Hey, I think that 29 looks a lot better on the side of this car than that 4 did. Kicking back to the old roots of Harvick. So.
That's all you got to do. You went from old Harvick to old school Harvick. So
yep,
definitely appreciate it. But all right, Chris. Well, let me get you back down there with your team, man, and good chat with you.
Thank you, guy. I appreciate it, buddy.
We'll see y'all later. As that was Chris Akers. He was stage 1 winner. He is our current leader as well. He's going to have teammates surrounding him as he's going to have Holloway. And then behind him, he's going to have another teammate in Hancock. He's got Duvendak on his outside. He's got Poston sitting in 5th. You can't ask for a better restart here. As we're going to make sure we put this back on the leader. Keep an eye on this restart. Remember, they do go on the leader. Man, where is the pizza man? Well, it's a long way down to the pizza man. He's sitting 2 laps down. Blaze Richardson currently sitting 24th. So we are green, green, green as Candy Shack. They're trying to get out back in front. You've got some shooters up there. You got a Wright and you got a Duvendak. Can they play spoiler on the night? You got a little bit of Carl Lingle. His premiere coming back. We haven't had Carl in about a season or 2. Haven't really raced with him. Kind of missed him. He's back, and he is back in action sitting up here. 7th right now. He's got Jeremy Osborne with him. So, couple different strategies for these teammates. We're going to see what they do. You see Tommy Cook. Couple cars. Still kind of hanging out. Most of them still out here racing. All trying to chase down Chris Akers. We'll get that ticker back up. There will be no more stages. And I can't promise there won't be any more of those nasty yellow things. As you see this field all bunched back up. It was good when they were kind of spread out. They were able to kind of run their own thing. Woof. You know, it's only a matter of time now that they're all running together, and time is running out. They flew through these first 60 laps. As much faith as I'd like to have that they won't breed other cautions, I think that might be a little crazy. Remember, if you're watching, definitely go and hit that like and subscribe, man. It means a lot. It helps grow the channel, and it allows for more opportunities in the coming days. And you never want to miss the action. You've got a little bit of variety going on right now on this channel. You get to see Xfinities on Monday night, Wednesday night you get the next gens. So this league just continues to grow, and they're broadcasting, you know, as this broadcasting team is going to continue to grow and really just do phenomenal things. All made possible with Mr. Hartney and Mr. Devin. Really giving a lot of trust and support into me. I try to catch them when they're drinking. Akers. Oh, we got one coming down. He's going to get in front of Akers. Crazy move going on. No, I think we got a squirrel up there. That's what we got. Ambrose Knievel, welcome. You got some work to do, but the squirrel is in the front. Akers still your official leader. I know we see the 04 out front. 04 making a lot of ground. He's currently sitting 21st. He's praying for a caution behind him and him to get clean. He'll be that lucky dog and get back to the lead lap. Fantastic driving by Mr. Knievel over here. He's going to need a little bit of help. He's got Akers behind him. Akers will push him. Depending on what hour of the race this is how straight Mr. Ambrose will keep it. But right now, all good here at Daytona. Ooh, car's starting to get a little loose, a little zigzaggy here. They're able to stay off each other. Not a lot of side drafting going on, and I don't know if that's because new league and they're kind of just testing the waters, or I think as the season progresses, you're going to see a little bit more side draft, and that little bit of swaying is going to bring cautions. Right now, 66 laps, and we are going. I believe the field is on a 7-lap stint. How many fast repairs? We did use one. Kirby Caputa. He's going to be a driver for High Octane. He had to use his fast repair. And I believe Tyler Herc, Miskowski, Eschleman. Hey, there's Danny. I'm glad he made it in. He was having a little bit of trouble. Scam, Saxton, Adam St. John, Jacob Greenlee, and Will Weber. I mean, you see a lot of fast repairs being used and not a lot of damage. I'm pretty sure that might be, we forgot to turn it off when we came into the pits. Something these drivers aren't used to is the frequency of pitting. We might have to go into the files and turn that off for some of these guys. I'm going to say a lot of those were by accident. I'll tell you what, if you're Chris Akers and you got a lap car in front of you and he's still holding his line, you don't really care. You're going to push him. It's going to save him a little bit of gas. Let Ambrose burn it. Looks like Bell and Hancock, they're going to be sitting in that sweet position. Todd, Poston, and Holloway, they're going to be sitting in the 4th car. I mean, they're pretty much just riding, letting the track pull them all around. They can't ask for a better time right now. Oh, the 10 going to come down in front. He's going to fight. Believe it or not, these guys up front, that's Grayson Pate. They are not fighting for the lead. They're fighting for a lucky dog. As you see, Ambrose, he's going to get out of there. He's going to move to the high side. These lap cars know how important that lucky dog is going to be. As we have not had a lot of yellow flags. They're going to sit up here and fight for it. Who's going to be out in front? Who's going to get it? Ambrose still sitting 21. And Grayson Payne, he's sitting 26th. Grayson's going to need a little bit more help. Ambrose just looking for that one lap. He's going to have to be careful, though. A 0X would even give it to him, and he's got the 16 just pushing him. A little bit of shuffling. Hancock saw a little bit drop down there from teammate Holloway. He was able to move down, came below yellow to avoid, and right back in line. He's got Poston pushing, catching him up to that 29. Duvendak peeking out. John Bell peeking out. Does John Bell maybe try to bring this 3 wide? He's got Duvendak. Will Duvendak go with them? Duvendak said, you know what? We've been racing well. Am I going to poke out and maybe make this 3 wide? See what this lead can pull on night 1? Right now, he's peeking. He's going to opt to come back in behind Holloway. That might have been a test of who's going to get in front of him. Oh, Ambrose better get down as he's splitting lanes. He almost waited too long to get in front of the 10. Opted to get back up into that high side. That's going to check the outside line. Williamson, he's going to get past Kirby Caputa. He's going to move into 10th. Duvendak and Hancock, they're going at it in 4th. You see them stuck in that line. Which line's going to be faster? Which lap car is actually, you don't get to say that too much. Which lap car is going to be the faster line? Because right now we've got 2 lap cars leading this race. Akers and John Bell, really your 1-2. 12 lap stint, you figure about another 8 to 12 laps, they're going to be looking. They're going to be looking to get into these pits. Oh, it must almost be 9 o'clock. The wife giving me the, what do you want for dinner text? If you tune in Wednesday nights, you know. Wednesday night, she always brings me something good to eat. Sometimes I get a corn dog and, well, we hear about it. Man, you know what? David, you are absolutely correct. You cannot forget Eddie the Fry Piper Morris. Also, a champion in that league. He is behind the scenes, man. Let me tell you, Eddie does a fantastic job with all of Photoshop. You ever have a Photoshop, you reach out to Eddie Morris. A lot of those guys, man, over there, that admin team, they do so much work behind the scenes, and I know I couldn't get this stream up without them. I wouldn't even known we weren't live if it wasn't for David Hartney coming up and saying, hey, man, it's broke. Right now, these guys going 2 by 2. Lap car still out in front. As we will swap that lap counter, we're going to go to laps to go as we're under 30. We're at 27. They're coming around the backstretch. Cars are starting to snake a little bit. There's a lot of chaos going on, and they are controlling it. Hey, do you guys see what I see? Do you see the 18? Having a little bit of a rough night, but man, this lap traffic is like, you know what? We're here to race. The pizza man making his way up to the front. They know that the expectations that this race doesn't finish under green. They know we may see some more yellow, and the way they're going, they may not be a lot. So every caution is important for these guys to try to get some laps back. Doing a heck of a job. They've got some tough tracks coming up. Daytona and Talladega. We see a lot of action at those two. These guys race them a lot, but man, they've got, whoa, we're going to get a little bit of caution here. As one of those lap cars is going to get in, Chris Akers, he's going to get pushed below. Duvendak going sideways. Oh, we got hoods flying up, 26 to go, and that may have been the big one. All happening in the front. I don't know. Let's go back. John Bell, I think, able to get past that. It's going to be tough to figure out what exactly happened here. Right there, you can see the contact between the 8 and the 10. Let's see if Chris Akers gives us any more idea. The 8, little bit of contact with the 10, jams the 10 up, 16 going down. Akers, nowhere to go. Holloway, nowhere to go. Duvendak throws it sideways. Poston gives him a little bump and run. Let's get back there to Duve, see how he rides this out. There's cars coming left and right. Whoa, the 69 just clips him again. You see car parts everywhere. And I believe that's a Wright brother out there. And I believe that is the SCSRA banner on that car. He's going to hit his own teammate. And they're going to rush to try to get back out to the line. 25 to go. That will be the caution. It's going to bring this field back together. It's going to give everybody a chance for some gas. And let me tell you, we are going to... I know he might be in a crazy mood over there. I don't know if I should really join him, but we're going to pull him up here. He did win stage 2. Let's see. Roberto, guy in the booth, you get a copy.
Oh, there's that sexy voice.
Man, look, I'm not one to call you out when you do some crazy things, right? You missed your pit box tonight, buddy.
I did. My teammate spun out, and it threw off my whole thought process there. And then I look up, and I'm like, oh, crap.
Yeah, you threw that thing. You missed a pit box. You don't ever really do that, and I actually caught it on camera. But, man, able to bounce back from it. Got a little bit of help from Akers, and you were able to take the points for stage 2. 25 to go. Wreck happens, and, man, you just ate it. There were cars everywhere.
Yeah, there was no chance of avoiding that one, I don't think. But I made it about halfway, and I thought, hey, I might actually make it through this. And then got tapped in the rear, spun sideways, and I was like, all right, not too bad. And then all of a sudden, I just got T-boned. So we had to use our fast repair there. We're going to still go racing. You know, before we say anything else, I just got to give a hand to these guys because this is absolutely impressive to be season 1, race 1 with a whole new group, 32 guys here, fresh racing together, never ran a full race together. And we went, I think it was like 58 laps before we had our first caution.
100%.
And that is unheard of in new leagues. Usually by that point, you've got half the field left, and you're probably on caution 6 or 7. And there's leagues that are been around 10 years, running 20-plus seasons, that haven't even run that distance without having their first caution before. So I got to give a round of applause to everyone in the league tonight. That was impressive.
Man, and much due. And you know what? I think it might actually be me because I don't know. We broadcasted Wednesday night, and you know, Heat 1 had a couple bumps. Heat 2 was clean as could be. I mean, I think it's just carrying over. I think it's the new logos. I think the SCSRA broadcast going on. I mean, I think it's the excitement, man, and you got to be happy about the league, man. Nobody expected this. Great field showing tonight. I expected a lot of cautions. Some of these guys joining today, we didn't know what we were going to get, and so far, incredible racing.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think it just goes all around for all of us who've started this league up and have spent all the time over the last month and a half trying to get everything up and going. We put in a ton of work to get to this point, and we made sure we wanted to do it the right way and get the right group of guys here, and to have the product turn out race 1 like this. I'm absolutely blown away. I couldn't be happier. So I know you put in a hell of a lot of work to get to where we've been. You even stepped out of the car tonight to do this broadcast for everyone. So couldn't have done it without you, buddy. That's for sure.
Man, well, you know I'm always here to support it. I'm always here for the mission, and I'll tell you what, we couldn't have done it without the admins over there at SCSRA. Man, they really stepped up and said, you know what, let's try something incredible. So you gotta enjoy the trust they've really put into us. And man, make sure when you go down there, you let Mr. Wright know his slogan is Wright hitting teammates, because he's the one that clocked you.
Oh, was he really?
He was. Wright
That
was the one that hit
explains it.
you, so
He was quiet on the radio, so now I know why.
man, and he's got that SCSRA banner on there. I'm pretty sure. I got to get a close up, but you see that lime green, and I was like, yep, here comes Wright. Boom. But all right, man. Well, 23 to go. Hopefully you can keep this car clean and bring it home.
All right, sounds good, buddy. Appreciate it.
All right, man. Don't hit anyone.
No, I'm gonna try not to.
All right, Robert Duvendak, he did win stage 2, and he also just was involved in a monster wreck. But fast repair used, no pain. You see, he did go in and top off, though, as pace car's away. Man, oh man, you got it right back up there. He was able to get it back out. Akers trying to get it up to speed. He's got teammate posting behind him. He's got Holloway teammate on his outside. We are green, green, green. A little bit of action. That inside lane a little bit closer, a little bit tighter. 22 to go. Man, let's talk about some of these struggles that are coming up. I'll tell you what, this schedule was made, and I'm okay being up in the booth, because tonight it's looking good. But man, they got some. Even though it's super speedway race, Talladega is going to bring 3 wide, hopefully not 4 wide, but I'm sure it will happen. Then you've got Atlanta. We know the tire wear at Atlanta's crazy. You better have a good setup. This is a fixed setup. We're trying. We're going to test it, make sure it works. But Atlanta's a tough with that tri-oval. And then iRacing Super Speedway. You want to talk about high speeds, long, and no forgiveness in a yellow line? iRacing has been a challenge for racers since its premiere. And just to bring it back, I'm not quite sure why. Maybe he doesn't like his hands. Bumpy Daytona. So we get the love of Daytona, but man, that track is going to be awful. Hands shaking, trying to keep it, car jumping. So this is just a preview of a great race going on. I think we're going to get a lot of action as this season goes on. As right now, Mr. Akers getting pushed by Mr. Poston with 20 to go. He is your leader. Mr. Wright sitting 3rd. Lingle still having an incredible night. He's sitting 4th. Dalton Gibson 5th. Caputa, he's 6th. Holloway 7th. DJ Mattis, John Bell, Spencer Teal. So watch out for those 3 cars back there. They're all teammates. You've got 8, 9, and 10 all running together. Duvendak's pushed John Bell quite a bit. Spencer Teal, a little new to Duvendak. Mattis, he's going to have to find some love there. And he may have to, if he wants to get back up there, I think he's going to have to really start working here with high octane racing. As I cannot believe already we are in the teens for laps to go. Well, we'll get a little bit of wall action going on the outside of the 99. You saw them. Let's try to get this in. A little fan cam. They don't look too excited. That's okay, though. We'll keep it here in the Daytona 500 camera. And see if Akers and Poston can get it done. Or Joe Wright and Lingle, will they play spoiler? The fastest lap in practice today, and this may be a point, was set by Carl Lingle, who was pushed by Mr. Joe Wright. So we'll see if Joe Wright can hook up with Lingle again and maybe push him. Man, Hartney, you keep up all those tags, man. I love it. I am loving it, man. It's all highlighted orange, and if you're tuned in, I'll tell you what, you take this opportunity, you like and subscribe. There's a lot of action that comes on this channel and a lot of great racing and a lot of hard work. Show it some love. Right now, YouTube, the only active coming Wednesday night. They're looking at adding Twitch. They're looking at adding Facebook. They are looking and just adding so many great ideas. I mean, I don't think you could ask for a better product right now. They're trying to share it as much as they can. As caution is back out. It happened somewhere back here. Where's Saxton at? Haven't really mentioned him too much. It happened somewhere back here. Did DJ go off track? DJ being, I believe, the 69 now, as he had a number change. Oh, was that it? I don't think so. I think that was just a little bit of contact. Oh, right there, but I don't know if, oh, the 14. The 14, Vincent Pagano, he joined up earlier today. He's going to get hit by the 10. There must have been a big checkup. Pagano just getting spun round and round. And you could tell Pagano with that checkup just nowhere to go. These leaders, they're able to keep it clean. And that's going to give us a couple seconds. Let's tune in. We're going to check out our Hart commercial. Hart, major sponsor of ASR Tour. Everybody coming into pit. Do a little. All right, all right. Hart. Let me tell you something about Hart. You find them primarily at Walmart, and I thought, man, these tools, they can't be very good, right? Well, I converted all my drills and all my battery-operated tools to Hart. So, if you're in need, check out Walmart, and I'll tell you what, hook up with Will Weber. Oh, Jimmy Scam. Welcome to the chat. Oh, Tyler Hodges. Come on, Hunter Leach. Hunter Leach, just outside the top 10 right now. He's sitting 13th. Interesting. Caputa and Williamson, they opted to stay out. They're going to be tight on gas, as Caputa's been 9 lap stint, Williamson 8, but if they keep getting the yellows, they could flip this field and actually save enough gas. Will that gamble pay off? Akers going to be 3rd. Poston, he's going to be 4th. Chat favorite, Joe Wright, he's 5th. We'll see if these guys can get through the next 14 laps. Or will the chaos continue and the fast repairs be 8 up? Let's get up here to our leaders. And they're going to come around. See some cars back there. They're trying to catch up. And we'll keep it green here. This pace car coming around. You're going to see it make that drastic dive off. And as they enter the restart zone, remember, restart zone is off. It is go on leader. Leader has lane choice. Williamson, he's worked with Akers before. Caputa, he's new to him. He's new to Poston and Akers. So his choice was about a 50-50. Did he make the right one? As they go back and forth. They come across start finish. We are green. You got a set of Candy Shack. They're going to have to do a little pushing here. So Akers with a little bit of swerve, and you know, everybody kind of followed with them. Duvendak said, well, I'll use my fast repair. No big deal, guys. I'll just come right back up here and sit 8th. Why not? Race 1 with 13 to go. Caputa, he's going to stay out in front. He's got the 29 of Chris Akers. I'll tell you what, that's a solid inside line right now. Akers, one of the best pushers out there. If it's not enough, you got Chris Akers behind you. You got Joe Wright behind him. So those two guys are going to be able to maneuver anyone around this track they want to. But Matt Williamson, that 199, he's going to be Royal Greenhorn Racing. He's going to have Todd Poston. He's going to have Holloway. I don't know how long Poston and Holloway are going to be willing to stay back there. I think Todd's going to do as much as he can to push the 199, and then eventually he's got to go for it. Probably that last lap come around. Right now, these guys just trying to make it there. You can see a little bit more waving going on as they come across. Make it 11 to go. If you're Kirby Caputa, you know any moment these guys may try to get past you. Whoa, a little bit of contact there on that inside. You're going to have to drop it below the apron. That might have been No, it was not. The caution is out, and I think we lost a little bit there. Let's go back. It happens right here, and it looked like really no contact with Dalton Gibson. You see Dalton, the 30 gets up behind him, but not contact. Just kind of pushes him below the apron. The 07 sneaks back up, comes back on the track. The 144 comes up a little bit higher than he needed to. And Chaos, man, 343 almost got through it. I mean, a little bit of contact on. Let's go ride with Russ. I think riding with Russ might be the challenge here. Car below. Watch Hancock. On the brakes, on the brakes, on the brakes. Nowhere to go. A little bit of netcode through him. But after that, just gets pushed down and not able to clear that. 10 to go. Caputa, Akers, Williamson, and Poston. So if you're Chris Akers, you're happy now. You've got teammate Todd Poston. Definitely going to make up interesting scenario. Holloway, he's going to be sitting 6th. Duvendak 7th. Joe Wright 5th. Man, you got a good mixture of cars up here. What are they going to opt to do? Lingle still in the top 10, man. Having an incredible night. I can't say it enough. He's trying to get some great points for his team tonight. We'll get out of our replay view. 9 to go. If needed, well, you know what? We'll get there if we need it. Right now, I don't want to talk about it. For obvious reasons, and I think we all know why. We know I have a tendency for broadcasters curse to happen. We're going to try to avoid it. So, who's going to win it? Who's got enough to finish off these 100 laps? Who's going to finish on Victory Road tonight and be the first race winner of ASR Tour? Incredible field. They really threw it together. For the most part, kept it clean. Will they have enough patience to finish this race strong? I know one thing they were worried about. Stage points and staying green. Would that create a chaos situation where drivers felt they had to really make a big move? Well, Scam, I think you kind of have to pick shooter. I mean, I know we got Hunter Leach, we got Joe Wright, so that's another shooter. So we got 2 shooters going here. I know Devin Hartney. They're gonna go for Wright. I picked Duvendak, and you're picking shooter. So I guess that leaves you picking one of those 2 guys. But right now, they're gonna have their hands full. Todd Poston pushing Akers, Williamson pushing Caputa. These guys are going to do everything to stop that from happening. I really hope this microphone picks up my daughter singing in the shower, by the way, because it is awful. And really emotional. Way too emotional for Daytona night. She's trying to hit all them high notes in there. I'm not quite sure what's going on, but woof. 8 to go. Some sharp-looking cars out there tonight. Some running the scheme that we're used to seeing. Others with number changes. I'll tell you what. Akers, Duvendak, and Poston, and Holloway, I never see them change their paint. It doesn't matter what car it is, what race, I don't know. I see them in every one of them. Their sponsors change, but Duvendak's had that 30A. Akers with the Reese's. Poston, he's had that. It's one of his, I forget what it is. Like the Fright something, I gotta look. But pace car going off. And that's all that matters is they're going to come with 7 to go. And we are green. As you see Akers, he's going to get a better jump than Caputa there. He's got Poston behind him. He's Poston going to try to get Akers clean and clear Or will they both try to clear? Right now, his third car on that bottom line. He's got Williamson and Caputa in front of him. You can see, you got the Candy Boys. They're up top. And then you've got a mix going on below. Akers, he's going to clear down. He's going to come down in front of Caputa. You see, side by side. This front doing a really good job right now. They're staying patient. They know they still have time. Will the third line form? Will someone try to make that move on the third line? Try to get a big run at the end of this? Will they go too early? Todd, he's going to clear. He's going to stay up, though. He's not going to drop in front of his teammate. He knows. Lingle of the 30. He's peeking. Can he count on Spencer Teal in that? Whoa, they're getting a little squirrely there as the 80 tried to go outside, and Lingle with a late move kind of threw a block on him. Not an intentional block, I don't think. I think he just went up and made a choice late, but they were able to keep it. Todd did opt to come down. That's going to put Akers in front of Poston. That's going to put Holloway on the outside, getting pushed by Lingle. Oh, don't push the pusher. The 80 getting really close. Spencer Teal. Great job by Carl Lingle, though. I know that wasn't comfortable. He's pushing Holloway as hard as he can, and you saw the 80 come right up. In the 30. That was a little uncomfortable, I bet, for Carl. These guys come around the backstretch. This time around, it's going to be 3 to go. Duvendak, he's going to move to the high side. He's going to try to get a run. He really needs to get his teammate right up to the high side. Does he let him in? You see right there in that 82. And the third line is a-coming. It's forming. We got blocking going on. Everybody able to eat on that block, and they're going to keep going. Osborne trying to lead that outside line. Lingle trying to peek. It's too late for peeking. You got to just hide behind Holloway. There's nowhere to go there, Carl. Time to stay down. Get Holloway in front. That third line's going to die, and sure enough, they do. They're going to fall back in. We'll try to get a run and peek again. This time, Lingle going to go with them. They're squeezing. Lingle's getting shaky. Oh, tried to hold it, just not able to. Matt Williamson spinning. Duvendak able to avoid. That is going to bring a green-white checkered attempt. Let's go back and take a look. Just Carl Lingle just making a decision a little late. Didn't know where to go and got back down. These guys really did a great job saving it. Came back up and just squirrely from there. Let's go take a look. Well, not in TV2. That's not really going to work for us. Well, that's Spencer. Let's go to Lingle. He's got Jeremy Osborne behind him. So these guys talking to each other. Osborne gets him loose, just gives him a little tap. Kind of a push-to-pusher situation. And you know what? I think that's time I can use this.
Runs on top. Whoa! Teammates.
Around they go in a hard crash.
I haven't been able to use it the entire time. And courtesy of SCSRA, teammates taking each other out. You cannot ask for more disaster. I've been saying all night, Lingle, he's been having a heck of a night. Just not able to hold it there as he got a little bit of a bump from his teammate, Jeremy Osborne. 3 to go. That means green-white checker time. Chris Akers on a 13-lap stint. Caputa on a 22. He has got to be on fumes. He's getting lower and lower. Everybody else should be good to go. Kirby's going to say, hey, we're going to run this thing to the end. We run out of gas, we run out of gas. But, hey, we got to chance it. He took that gamble early. He's had a couple caution laps here. He might have enough to save. Mr. Wright. Looks like he came in just to repair a little damage, take a little tire. Currently sitting 13th. We'll see if he's able to maintain that. See a couple cars on pit road, not many. Chris Akers, he's riding on that bottom line. Poston, 14-lap run. I think they've got the fuel for it. With Caputa on 23, and them 7 laps, they're good for the first green-white checkered. I think if you have a second one, we're going to start seeing a little bit of trouble. Let's go into the cockpit of Duvendak. I'm kind of curious here. I'm sure he's to the good now. And he's got the car on. There's Holloway. Let's see what Duvendak does. Do we lose our tack here? He's to the good. I'm pretty sure he's comfortable. If he wasn't, this car would be getting shut down and he'd be coasting trying to save it. He's still choosing that shortest way around the track, but car staying on. Chris Akers, another one. He'll turn that car off. I don't know if I'd be leaving this car on. Caputa on a 23-lap run. Blaze is back on the lead lap and sitting. Here he comes now. The Pizza Man is back. Blaze is going to have a lot of ground he's going to have to make up. He's going to have a lot of cars in between him. This time around, they'll have 2 to go. 2 to go. We're going to stick with the leaders. They will have to complete 1 lap. Get that white flag. Without caution, that white flag comes out. Caution will not stop this race. They've got to complete that 1 lap, though. And you're going to see a lot of action as guys are really going to get impatient. Man, if you're in those top 10, it's race 1. I think you're top 15. You know, you've had a lot of damaged cars out here. A lot of guys, multiple laps down. If you're on the lead lap, you're not finishing too bad tonight. You're finishing within the top 20. Is it a smart thing to do to try to ride it around? Maybe. Is it what I think we're going to see? Absolutely not. Somebody's going to want to try to get them extra points. And you know, start that on a strong start. Candy Shack, though, is in control of their own destiny. We saw Todd. He dropped down last time in front of Akers. Holloway maintained that outside line. Did a really good job. Lingle is now back to 5th. So he's able to get that fast repair, get right back out, and let's go time. Actually, he didn't even go out. He's hanging out. Pace car away. Will they make it to 1 lap? We shall see. Akers on the inside. Poston on the outside. Green, green, green. Pace car pulling into its spot there. Poston and Akers side by side. Duvendak, are you going to go up high? It looks like he may have had a little help going with them. That would have killed Poston and Holloway. I think it would have shuffled them back. Poston going to do the smart thing. He's going to drop in front of a teammate, and that's going to allow Holloway to not have to worry about it. And they can control their own destiny. As here they come around. Can Todd Poston make it to the checkered before a caution? And he will, as the white flag is flying. Chaos can happen now. It doesn't matter. This race will end. Poston on the bottom. Akers giving him a push. Holloway on top. He's got Spencer Teal and Duvendak with him. Exciting with these three. Duvendak going to the high side. Not going to get help. He's going to have to get back in behind the 80. Will he get time for Russell Hancock? He will be able to close the door on Russell Hancock. The 80 is going to funnel down. He's going to try to make a move on Holloway. 83 getting loose, trying to make that last second run. Will it matter? No, it will not. As Candy Shack going to go 1-2. Kirby Caputa, newcomer, going to take 3. Spencer Teal 4. Daniel Holloway 5. Lingle 6, Duvendak 7, John Bell 8, Hancock 9, DJ Maddish 10. And you know, there's actually a screen for that. Boom. Look at that. Your race winner, Todd Poston, with teammate Chris Akers. That's going to be the best team points earned. Spencer Teal and Caputa. I know those two guys have got to be pretty excited down there, as Caputa and Teal, they're going to be part of High Octane. That's going to give them good team points. Holloway's points won't matter. Lingle's going to be a squirrel. Duvendak's going to be the first shooter. Bell's points won't matter. Hancock don't matter. DJ Maddish don't matter. His points for teams, as their teammates already went in. Joe Wright, finishing 12. Blaze Richardson. So there's the other shooter, guys. So that's going to be your top 3 finishing teams. What a heck of a night, man. You did lose that bet, Hartney. I was convinced with you, buddy. You could see the multiple cars, though, that we have down here. It was a rough night for some. Some probably weren't too happy with it. But that's Daytona. Now, the real winners are those who come to the booth first. Will it be Caputa? Will it be Akers? Or will it be Poston? You know, I don't really know. So we're going to take a second, give them a sec, and we're going to tune in for one more commercial break. And every Thursday, SCSRA Live. Tune in. I'm sure it's going to be a good time. You know, I guess I'm going to have to go find these guys. We're just going to go grab them. How about that? Kirby, guy in the booth, you got a copy.
I do. How's it going?
Man, it's going. I want to make sure you're unmuted. And, man, I had a little bit of trouble earlier today, but you're unmuted. We're good to go. And let me
Awesome.
tell you, man, the premiere, and you're finishing top 3.
Yeah, I didn't really know what to expect coming into this. Everybody was expecting a bunch of different things, maybe a bunch of cautions, maybe a bunch of, only a few people that stand out, maybe, a couple drivers only be the ones that win all race or all season. But honestly, it's looking like a good season so far. We came to that line after our cool down lap. We ran out of gas and we had to be pushed to the start finish line for our little picture. But yeah, it was a good race overall, a great strategy. Held it towards the back all race. Ended up getting lucky on that last pit stop everybody took. We stayed out because we had just barely enough and took us home.
Man, I'll tell you what, you did go on a 26-lap stint. Everybody else was on a 17. I knew it was going to be close, man, and I think those cautions really kind of bailed you out a little bit, able to save a couple laps. I was shocked. I went into your car as we were coming around. I think it was 2 to go still. I'm like, man, he's driving with his car on. I said, I don't know if he's got the gas for this.
Yeah, we those cautions, like you said, definitely bailed us out. But a lot of it was, being in the back, you're able to use less throttle. So I feel like that really helped us a lot. I didn't really take the lead until the last 15 laps, last 20 laps.
That was it, man. So it definitely saved. Got a little damage early. I mean, you had to use your fast repair. All is good.
Yeah.
High octane, man. Not expecting to come out and make a big showing. Big surprise tonight as you and teammate Spencer Teal are going to finish 3rd and 4th. So you're going to finish behind Candy Shack, man. Congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah, all 4 of us, 4 out of the 5 finished in the top 10. So I know we may be underdogs, but we definitely want to show everyone what we're really about. So.
Well, man, here at SCSRA, they like to give me the nickname Guy, the floor is yours, and it's because I always tell people the floor is yours, and that's how I like to end every stream with our top 3. So, man, as expected, the floor is yours.
Awesome. Well, first, shout out to the team that built this amazing Kicks Carrollton Chevy Camaro. Couldn't have done it without my team, my crew chief, my pit crew, spotter up in the booth. Shout out Tom. Of course, all the fans and everybody watching at home. Hi, Mom. But yeah, Kicks Carrollton's been a huge supporter of mine ever since we first started racing. Go shout them out, kickscarrollton.com. They got a website for buying, selling, and trading. So be sure to check them out.
Well, brother, congratulations. You're off to a fantastic start here at the ASR Tour, man. Glad to have you on board. Had a couple rough, I said, we were going to have some rough recruitment races. They're never fun. They weren't, man. And you know what? Here you are, top 3 right off the rip. So congratulations.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you for having us.
All right, brother. Well, let me get you out of here. I got to go try to find these other 2. No one makes my job easy. They all want to run. So
they never do.
They never do. So I'm going to move you down. I'll probably end up putting you here in shooter. I'm going to go grab Mr. Chris Akers second. So I'll be right back.
Awesome.
All right, let me find him. I mean, you see he's still sitting out here. You know, Mr. Akers, it'd be a lot easier if you would make my job easy and come join me somewhere. But you know what I've done? I've moved all the broadcasting channels. I don't even know where they're at.
Well, we see that you had a waiting room, and we were just patiently waiting down in our room instead. We didn't want to confuse you.
Well, I knew you were there. I had to go grab Kirby, and I was like, these 2 are definitely not coming. So I'm just going to go grab them. I'm going to make Duvendak. I'm pretty sure I've moved the whole broadcasting booth lower to Santa's naughty list. I told him, you can't have it up that high. It's too hard to grab. But, man, heck of a run, man, tonight. You had a little bit of challenges. You had some big runs coming on the end. But you had a lot of teammate help out there. And I said, Todd Poston made the right call at the right time to get in front of you. Holloway did a fantastic job closing up that high side. And you guys were able to bring it, 1, 2, and 5, man. So congratulations to your team tonight.
Yes, sir. They did an awesome job. And shout out to Russ, too. He come home with a 9th, I believe.
He did.
Yep. So shout out to him for being caught up in 2 or 3 different wrecks and still being able to bring a top 10 home. We're sitting there seeing if we can get him up there, too. But he had a few little misfortunes, more than the other 3 did. And, man, how about that finish? That was a fun finish.
Man, it was honestly a fun race.
Yes, it was a great race for a first night. For a league race, was awesome. You can't ask for a better group of guys to run with there. All of us keeping it clean for so long, and man, can't wait for next week now. It's gonna be fun.
Man, it is going to be a good time. Doesn't look like you got your spotter into the league yet. I was looking. I was like, "Where's Ken? He's
Oh,
not there yet."
Nope, he's in here. Captain Slow. I just hadn't changed his name over yet.
All
He's in.
right, all right. So we got the spotter. I mean, I could tell you're running with Ken. He tells you when something's happening. I just never know where it's happening for me because I'm just lost. But I'll tell you what, man. Glad to see you still bringing Dad along for the ride, and glad he's there. But big night for you guys. Way to start the first season, man. Kind of expected it, Candy Shack. You guys been around, been racing with each other. But congratulations, man, finishing 1-2.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it, and hopefully we can do it again. I like to give a couple shout outs to you guys for putting this together, you and Duve, and Will slapping all this together and putting on a new league. It's awesome. Appreciate you guys. Can't thank you enough. Thank you for broadcasting. I can't wait to go watch the broadcast tomorrow.
Well, you're entering about 20 laps late after I found out it wasn't broadcasting.
Oh, okay. Hey, that's fine. That's fine. As long as it's out there, we can watch it. The whole race. It was pretty cool. And shout out to Mom for watching. And I got to thank Dad for broadcasting and for crew chiefing for me. He takes a lot of pressure off my shoulders with getting the tires set up and all that. And shout out to my guys. We did an awesome job leading. Made sure everybody got a lap led. Make sure one of us won, and at least two of us got the top three. So.
Man, heck of a night, man. Congratulations. I'll let you get out of here. Go celebrate. I'd say with your team, but I'm actually about to grab your other teammate, so you can go celebrate with Russ in Holloway.
Sounds good. Appreciate it, guy.
All right, brother. We'll catch you next week. All right, that's Chris Akers. Chris Akers going to finish second and our race winner. Todd, you took a long time last time we raced together to get a win. Not this season.
No, not at all this time. Figured we get it over with quick and then just have fun the rest of the season.
Man, and that's what it's about. And let me tell you something. You did it. You had a great night. Really kept that 32. One of the few drivers out here running a Yoda. But you were able to keep it clean most of the night. Smart move at the end. You kind of left Holloway, went down to Chris. You had two mates to choose from. Holloway did a fantastic job kind of keeping that line at bay. And Chris able to get you to victory road.
Oh,
so.
Yeah, Chris sticking with me there. He had the opportunity to jump out and go around me, but sticking with me there, I respect that quite a bit. I'm pretty appreciative for it.
Man, well, I'll tell you what. First broadcast, new league. I don't think we could have asked for a better night. Couple cautions in the middle. Really long run in the beginning. Really got to see some guys pitting. And I think that's going to open up some eyes that how important pitting is going to be in this league with only 50% fuel. So how was it pitting more than usual?
Oh, pitting that's where it really needs to be. I mean, as you saw, it broke up the field and we got, I think, a 54-lap run there. And we only really got that caution when there was a little bit of issue when we came up on the lap cars and everyone kind of got tangled up, a little flustered right there. But other than that, it was amazing.
Man, I don't think we could have asked for the better night. I'm going to keep saying it. I'm excited. I loved watching it, man. Candy Shack finishing 1, 2, 5, and 8. No, 9. 1, 2, 5, and 9. You guys are going to obviously be the team point leaders going into week 2. But I always have this thing with SCSRA. I always finish it, man. Leave the floor is yours. And so that's how I'm going to finish tonight. Floor is yours, Todd.
Oh, yeah. I just got to thank you for broadcasting and Doobie and everyone for running the league. And especially the teammates there. All four of us ran really well. I think it's things to come. It's going to be good.
Man, I'm excited for it. But big congratulations, and hopefully we catch you here next week, man. I know it's going to be a great season, so we'll let you get out of here, go celebrate with your guys. I didn't even know that old Dad was down there spotting. I see him down there now as captain. So.
Oh, yeah. Got to have him.
He's there. Big part of that team. But congratulations, man.
Thank you, sir.
All right, we will catch you next week. Todd Poston, he's going to be your race winner here at Daytona. Completed 100 laps, man. Not too many cautions, I'm not going to lie. I expected a lot of chaos with the size of this field, and these guys did a fantastic, and girls, we got one in here. Fantastic job. shout out again, SCSRA team. Couldn't have done any of this without you guys. Shout out to old Duvendak and Weber. You guys are working hard behind the scenes. I know we were in a little panic mode coming up, but catch me Wednesday at SCSRA on YouTube. I believe we're going to get the Twitch going for that one, possibly the Facebook, as the Dev Sports Cards Next Gens, they're going to head to Daytona. Woof. You want to see some tight racing and not just super speedway? We got the Devtona this week. But moving on, you really get to see these guys and how skilled they are with using their wheels, as they'll move short tracks and speedways, and you can't ask for better racing. I know they're looking forward to getting past Daytona, as I'm sure the anxiety's up with it. But tune in Wednesday night, and it'll be a good time. And then after that, Thursday night, tune in, check out the admin and owner team as they review the week. But that's going to be it for me. I appreciate everybody tuning in. Thank you to all the sponsors, and thank you to all the admins. Couldn't do it without you. And that's what I got. So we will catch y'all in 2 days.